35. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 661. We got a three-man pod. Today is May the 6th. The year is 2026. Boys, a little rainy out here, but top of the afternoon. How we doing today?
Oh, we doing great. Great day so far. Enjoying the weather. I'll be honest. Don't mind a little rain. Long as it ain't too hot, long as it ain't too cold, we chilling. Other than that, not too shocked about a couple game one results. Other than that, how you doing, Joe?
Doing great, man. I heard that you guys got a little rain pocket going on in the Northeast, but all sunshine down here in the Southeast. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy because I woke up the other day with some bird shit on my car, and I was like, fuck, I just got to wash. Yeah, shit, I need all the luck I could get. So I was like, I'm about to get a wash, and then I looked at the weather app, rain. So I got a free wash. Right now. Come
down.
I don't know about you guys, but I was watching a little, I was watching a little footy. Champions League semifinals today. It was the second leg of Bayern Munich and PSG, and coming off a 5-4 game in the first leg, I thought it was going to be mayhem. 1-0, or it was 1-1, and they win 6-4 on aggregate, or 6-5. Excuse me. No. Paris. They won the Champions League last year, and they're not ready to give it up. They will face Arsenal in the Champions League final.
Crazy. You know what that means, though? As Champions League comes to an end, the World Cup starts and begins.
You haven't been up north in a few years, but no more MetLife.
New Jersey, New York Stadium, huh?
Yeah. Well, it still says MetLife on Route 3.
I'm for
so
it.
That's cool. That's okay. I realized that. I said, at least this has got the MetLife sign on Route 3. So
who's in charge of all this construction?
State of New Jersey, maybe FIFA.
They hand it to the union.
Yeah.
I'm
it.
You seen that video on Instagram? It's this guy just in his car, he's just looking at the union workers in New York. He goes, "Look at them, the union
9 o'clock." Perfect time for a break.
Look at them. 30 an hour.
Doing absolutely nothing. 10 guys there just standing.
One guy working.
The union. Yo.
He also does the Italian.
Yes.
He was like,
you gotta find me that video.
It's a floating couch. Now that's Italian. Only you can drive in a floating couch.
Yo, that's too funny, bro. I saw that in New York working, and I start looking around, and I saw union workers, and I almost crashed the car. I almost fucking lost it.
They were doing absolutely nothing.
They were all just sitting.
And it's always 2 or 3 guys working.
You know those orange, not cones, but orange like dividers where you block off the road? You know what I'm talking about in New York. They were sitting on them. I was dying laughing, and then you have one guy just jackhammer. You can't make this shit up because it's like that. Oh my god. That whoever said union brought me back to that video. That is a top 10 video of all time. I don't care what anyone said. Yeah. All right. Well, boys, we got a great episode, and we're starting strong. We got a great episode. We'll recap the NBA and NHL playoffs. Your boy Stefan Diggs beat the case. We got some good games here tonight and tomorrow as well. We got some MLB we'll end it with. But we do have to start it. I mean, boys, you think I'm not going to start the show with orange and blue skies? We 39 clipped them. You said Sixers and 6.
No.
Those statements.
Definitely not. Maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
But I'll be honest. I real quick, Knicks past 2 games looking like the best team in basketball.
Mhm.
Past 2 games.
Mhm.
Past 2 games.
We are the favorite now to come out of the East and make it to the NBA Finals. Do you agree with the market?
After game ones, absolutely. I think, Cleveland didn't look that good against Detroit. And, we saw how vulnerable Detroit was against Orlando. So I think, right now, after game one, Joel Embiid officially ruled out for game two. So as it stands, no doubt Knicks should be the favorite.
Joe, talk to me about 76ers side because, you had VJ Edgecombe. He didn't look good. Even Maxey, 0 for 3, 3 for 9. Most of his points came from the free throw line. Honestly, Paul George was the only guy really making shots. Talk to me from a 76er perspective.
Little playoff P, but I mean, you look at the opposing side. You look at the Knicks. If you're the Sixers, you go, that's a team who brought their hard hat and lunch pail to work. Talking about the Union, and that's what exactly they did. They brought it, and I think it's a little defeating because I said like for all the ability for these players to ball on the Philadelphia 76ers side, I saw it true that they were one Joel Embiid injury away from getting swept. Now you're going to have to rely on the other guys in game two. I think it's a precaution. I do think he'll probably be back game 3. If he's out game 3, I don't know. That's
Knicks
very
at 4.
concerning. Yeah, that's very concerning. Like I said, that sweep is on the table, but they got to take care of business again tonight. The Knicks do, and the Sixers are going to have to rely on their guys. I think Tyrese Maxey's probably going to drop like his numbers is like plus 140 to get over 25. It's pretty much given that he's going to be the bell cow to try to get these points, and you can rely on some veteranship. But I actually go back to the youth guy, to the rookie VJ Edgecombe. I feel like he is a big factor in this one now that Joel Embiid's out. If you could rely on him and he can get you, a lot more on the boards, or if maybe he can get some assists under his belt, I think that helps the team. Not just him scoring. I think him doing all the dirty work that you don't notice Joel Embiid does. I think that's something that Nick Nurse can kind of say, hey guys, let's support VJ. Let's crash the boards. Let's try to be more physical. I think the lineup hurts because they're going to have to do everything they can to match up with the size of the Knicks. That's kind of showcasing well without Joel Embiid, the 7'2" monster that he is. I think they're now outsized by the Knicks.
Now, you and I talked earlier in the day, and we talked about Joel Embiid being out, and you kind of had the same sentiment. It's like a precautionary thing where do you think they're punting on game 2 for game 3? We're going to see a lot of Andre Drummond here. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we're going to see a lot of Andre Drummond. Do you think they're punting game 2?
In sense, yes. I wouldn't say they're just gonna, roll over, but I think they still got a shot without Embiid. We saw them take a game without Embiid against the Boston Celtics, so it's possible. It's not, I won't rule it out, but we all know with Embiid, the Sixers are a better team. So, I'm not mad at them for looking towards the future. Let's just say they are punting it. I think 100. If you could get Joel Embiid, let's just say he's 80% tonight, and you could not guarantee, but let's just say he'll be 95%, 90% come Friday. I'd rather have Joel Embiid at 90% than just 75, 80% risking another injury because we saw him get banged twice in his knee during game 1. So,
and I think he also caught an elbow to the abdominal where he just had surgery as well.
And let's not forget Joel Embiid. He hits the ground every other play. Every time he gets fouled, he's on the ground. Every time he's running down the court, he's on the ground. So his body probably took a toll after game 1. He's tired after, playing 3-4 games back to back after that surgery. So
he's in the point of his career where he needs a day off.
Yeah, it was like 2023 was his last time he played like 5 consecutive games without a break. So to your point, it's kind of like a precautionary tale.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like Nick Nurse is savvy like that, though. Obviously it was probably like a decision with him, the team, and the organization. But you say punting on the game 2. If they can rattle off a win here without a Joel Embiid, I mean, this series opens right up.
I say,
absolutely.
The difference is the fact that this news came out early in the day than, when Kevin Durant was like 45 an hour right before the game.
Time. Yeah.
They knew he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, even Jason Tatum was kind of earlier in the day. Like, they were like, we're ruling it out. So I feel like, yeah, maybe just was like, you know what, we have a good enough squad to still possibly win this game and see what we got.
Let's see what we could do. It will be game 2 tonight at 7:00 in about 45 minutes game time. We'll try to wrap it up so we can watch that. Real quick, though, I will say if Jalen Brunson gives you 35 a night, it's over.
He needs to step it up in the second half to be the closer that we know him to be.
I mean, it was already out.
It was over.
The game was over.
Yeah, to me, the Knicks are at their best when another game. OG Anunoby, 7 from 8 from the field, 18 points. Bridges, 7 for 10.
He's heard you ever since you criticized him.
Now look, back-to-back games, 7 for 10 from the field, 17 points. Cat, 7 from 11 from the field, 17 points.
And Josh Hart does everything.
And Josh Hart does a little bit of everything. And then the bench collectively showed up. Not nobody really, broke out, but everybody did a little something. So that's when the Knicks are at their best, because we already know pencil in Brunson 25. We know that's going to happen. Is everybody else going to do their job? If everybody's going to be a 15 plus, that happens. Cat averages, somewhere around 20, 10 and 8, 20, 10 and 5, 20, 10 and 6. I think that's when the Knicks are at their best, because Brunson's going to show up.
Just no more hack-a-Mitch. That shit's so whack to me, especially early on. We saw it in the first quarter.
I'll be honest, we might see it tonight.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Especially if Cat gets into foul trouble again.
Let Mitchell Robinson hit his free throws, though. I know he's not the most successful.
Yeah, he did it. He did it a couple times. He did it a couple times.
Hit him.
Yeah. I guess a surprise here, because we didn't expect it, but Anthony Edwards coming off the bench in game 1, giving you 25 points off, 18 points off of 25 minutes. That is what they needed. They steal game 1, and that is what they needed. Not the best night from Wembanyama is 5 for 17, 0 from 8 from 3, still a double-double, but he makes 2 or 3 more shots. They win the game. So I don't know. How would you assess this game 1 loss, Joe?
It's a tough one. Now, I do think you talk about a team that had all their parts pulling their weight. That was the Timberwolves, because you had Ant-Man come off the bench, and it was his first time in his career that he didn't really start a game, I'm pretty sure, and especially in the playoffs. So did not expect him to actually play in game 1 at all. Yeah. Last we heard, he was only on like the aquatic treadmill. Normally that's like stage 3 before you get into, warming up before the game. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that's indicative that you're actually going to make it. So you played with house money and you got the win now. So all you got to do is, I think wear out Spurs in game 2 as much as you can to take it home, because you want the home court advantage for the next 2 games after that. And there you could, maybe kind of make the series very interesting, especially if you take those 2 at home. So yeah, keep Ant healthy and go home with high vibes, a lot of momentum, and try to steal series that way, because maybe the Spurs are a little reliant heavy on Wemby. And if he's not having a alien-like game, 10 boards, 10 blocks, doing a double-double with just those statistics, I mean, you could have all the moving
12
parts.
blocks is fucking insane. I'm going to say that. That's insane stat. He had a triple-double with blocks. Yeah. They steal game 1. They bring Ant-Man off the bench, scoring 18, big lift. Essentially, everybody was in double digits outside of Rudy Gobert. Do you think they could steal game 2 as well?
I think they got a shot, and not for now. I don't want to say Wemby had a bad game, because this man did a triple-double with 12 blocks. So phenomenal.
A lesser of a game that we're used to. Okay.
Yeah. Points-wise. But, yes, could I expect him to get 20 points? 27 points? Yeah. Do I expect him to get 12 blocks again? Probably not. So you got to average this out. Do you expect Anthony Edwards to only play 25 minutes again? Maybe a little more. Maybe his legs feel maybe his legs feel a little better. Maybe he starts tonight. We'll see about that.
My question was to you is it a way to get to Wemby is like fast break points, or like fast transitions? Like, were they capitalizing on that?
I'm gonna be honest. I think Rudy did honestly a good job on him for the most part.
Not really. To your point, Joe. Only fast break points. They only had 10 points. The Timberwolves. It was actually the Spurs getting out in transition. 27 points off a fast break.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I think Rudy did a pretty good job on him. Let's not forget, Rudy knows.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Rudy really knows Wemby. They both from France. They've been playing basketball together. What, maybe the last 5, 4, 6 years, maybe.
Wow. Gobert's the big homie.
He's the big homie. Yeah. So, and I guarantee they got a lot of respect for each other, and Wemby has a lot of respect for Rudy. So he knows. I'm not gonna say he knows, but he kind of he's familiar with a lot of Wemby's tendencies. So if anybody's going to have any kind of success, it's going to be Rudy, who's also, 6'3" himself, and who's played with him for multiple years. So I think Julius Randle stepped up huge, 8 for 20 from the field, 10 rebounds, 21 points. Shannon Jr. has been consistent. Naz Reid did his thing, but really it was Anthony Edwards just showing up and honestly showing up. It's one thing to come into game one. We saw Alistair Reeves come back from the injury, haven't been that impactful. Anthony Edwards came back and we all saw his knee hyperextend, and he was impactful. So love seeing the upset in game one. I think the Timberwolves are live in the series.
Okay.
We're talking about game two. They could lose game two. As long as they take care of business at home, they'll advance to the conference final. So we know Anthony Edwards has pulled off multiple upsets so far in his young career in the Western Conference. Wouldn't be shocked if they knock off a young Spurs team. Hey, maybe it's just not their moment just yet. But at the end of the day, I still expect the Spurs to come out the West.
Hey, real quick, do you think, just to interject, any part of like Ant-Man being like, I'm not missing this game, and the team responding to that, and him, I don't know how much of a leader he is. I think in his young career, he already is in that
leader.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Can we argue that Ant-Man's the face of the league in some ways? We really do, because just
American player, to me, you can make the case he's the best American player right now.
You think the motivation he had for the team to say, let's do this for Dante DiVincenzo, let's do this for DiVincenzo. Imagine if he was on the court, what the outcome? Maybe a little bit more of a lead.
Yeah, exactly.
For series price, we have right now -210 for the Spurs, +176, despite them stealing game one. And for the Knicks, -700, +500 for the 76ers. Let's go over to yesterday. Cavs dropped game one on the road to the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, another great game, 23 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. I don't want to hear any more slander from Tobias. Another 20-piece, 20 points, 8 rebounds. They get the job done at home. They win by 10. And I know a lot of people say, James Harden, he goes away in the second round, third round, wherever they get. He was the best player for the Cavs yesterday. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 turnovers. But, he was the best player. Donovan Mitchell gave him 23. Outside of that, they were trash. Jared Allen, garbage. 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He was running his mouth game 7 against Toronto saying, go home, go home.
He had a good game 7. Can't lie. He had a great good game
Not
7.
good game 1. Life comes at you quick.
Yep.
So I'll ask you, what needs to change for the Cavs? Because if a guy who disappears in the playoffs is the best player for you, it's not a good look.
Yeah, I think Donovan Mitchell needs to do a little more. He's a star of the team. There's no reason why, you and James Harden got around the same points. I think Donovan Mitchell has to take control, has to be a little more aggressive and a little more efficient from the field. But I think you mentioned it earlier. It's Jared Allen. He has to be a little more just aggressive as well. In 18 minutes, only 2 points, only 4 field goal attempts. Jared Allen, only 3 rebounds.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. We all know what you can. We just saw you put up, I think, 22 and 12 in game 7. You can't show up in game 1. So that was.
Cade Cunningham had more rebounds than you.
Yeah,
that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus Strus, he had a great game off the bench. He even had 5 rebounds. He had 19 points. Yeah. He shot 50% from the 3-point line. So I think overall, Cleveland would be all right. I wouldn't be surprised they win this series either. Like the way Detroit has responded ever since being down 3-2 against the Orlando Magic. Like you said, Cade been balling. Tobias Harris been doing his thing. Duncan Robinson joined the party. He had a pretty good game. Thompson is always solid. Jaren Durant, can he go back to regular season form? He's been kind of underperforming. Yes, we appreciate the double-double last night, 11 and 12, but we need Jaren Durant to, if the Pistons want to come out the East, Jaren Durant needs to average 20+ and give you 12 rebounds a night because he's capable of doing that. We've seen it multiple times. I understand his matchup problems with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, but we see how good the Pistons can be at times, and we also see them only win game 6 because Orlando missed 23 shots in a row. So Cleveland got a shot, but good game 1 for the Pistons, not for nothing.
Yeah, they are a -190 for the series bet, +160 for the Cavaliers. Let's move to the second game here, kid. OKC takes game 1. They win by 18. I mean, this team is just a fucking wagon. I mean, even when Shea doesn't have a good game, they hit you with Chet Holmgren with 24. Ayon Mitchell, he had 18 as well. They just come at you with everything. Even Jerry McCann off the bench had double digits as well. And LeBron is a top 5 player at 41 years old. 27 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. He was the best player on the court. And if they weren't playing OKC, they probably would have won the game. I'm going to start with you, Joe. Ric Flair came out and crucified Luka Doncic for not stepping up, especially since we just saw Anthony Edwards gut it out and play game 1. He's saying, we don't need Luka anymore. Trade him. Do you agree with Ric Flair?
Woo! The Nature Boy, he's bugging. He's bugging. No, I appreciate the emotion behind it, or however you want to describe it.
And he's dead serious too.
He's serious, but no, that's just crazy, foolish. But both games were kind of out of hand. I don't think that at one point the Cavs really had a percentage in their favor, and neither did the Lakers. Like both games fell out of control, and that's why LeBron left early right before the clock expired. You saw him put the hoodie up and just kind of walk his way out, because he did everything he possibly could for the team, and it still wasn't enough. And I hate to say it, I think he's kind of worried about going forward with this team, and especially if you don't get Luka back. I think the opposite of what the Nature Boy said. I think you actually need Luka back early, and you don't get rid of him. And that's what his point was, but not to say to trade the guy. It was to just kind of motivate him to get him back on the floor. Yeah. But if he's not healthy, he's not healthy.
Ric Flair said, shoot him up with something, get him on the court.
That's crazy. He comes from a different era. We're not in that era no more. We're giving Embiid a break. You know what I mean? And he's not technically hurt. We're concerned about possible injury, right? Luka's currently hurt. Anthony Edwards, he's just a freak. You know what I'm saying? That's just,
he's different.
Cut from a different cloth right there. So I, unfortunately, as much as we've been riding the Lakers, you've been hitting on the money line in the previous round.
Not
but
this series.
this Thunder team, like you said, it looks like a juggernaut. Man, the spreads we're getting are absolutely unreal, and I'm hard pressed not to take them with the Thunder every single time. So it's going to be hard for the Lakers without Luka to actually win the series.
How do the Lakers just stay relevant? I mean, Austin Reeves comes back 0 for 5 from 3, 3 from 16 from the field. He was terrible. Honestly, they're better when he's not playing the game. And I'm not saying it to be mean. I think maybe he came back too early as well. But how do the Lakers, when LeBron is at tip-top performance and he's giving you all, how do they manage to stay relevant against arguably the best team in the world?
At the end of the day, they're the best team right now. OKC didn't play their best basketball. We saw it right off the gate in the first quarter and still managed to win this game and cover the spread. Like you said, I love the defensive game plan. JJ Redick came out against Shea, blitzing him early, get the ball out of his hands. But at the end of the day, OKC just, they ended up flexing their muscles, showed you how anybody could just step up on this team, down to Jared McCain, who they just got in mid-season. So LeBron showed up. He was aggressive early on, 3 for 6 from the three-point line, 12 for 17 from the field at 41 years old, 27 points. So Rui Hachimura had a good game. DeAndre Hayden, I think he had 10 points in the first quarter, 0 for the rest of the game. Didn't get there with the over 10.5.
Wow.
Yeah, he had 12 boards as well. Marcus Smart had 12 points. He shot 4 for 15 from the field. He could have done a little better. I think the story is Austin Reeves. Maybe if you started Luke Kennard, don't get me wrong, I still think you lose game 1, but maybe the offense flowed a little better. If I'm JJ Redick, I probably will think about starting Luke Kennard and having Austin Reeves comes off the bench, because didn't look good too good yesterday. Like you said, 3 for 16 from the field, over 5 from 3. And Luke Kennard, ever since Austin Reeves came back, he kind of faded, and we saw how he averaged 19, 20 points against the Houston Rockets. Those first 3 games, over 22 points a game. So I think Luke Kennard could definitely step in if he gets a little more minutes. He had 29 minutes. He just didn't put up any shots. Honestly, you got to be a little more aggressive. So wouldn't be as if I'm JJ Redick, wouldn't really think too much about it. I might start Luke Kennard just to get a different feel tonight. But at the end of the day, it's the OKC Thunder.
Yeah, where do you turn? It's like there's no answers. to
You
solve
can't.
this.
And let's not forget, we understand there's no Luka. There's also no Jalen Williams. I understand Jalen Williams is not Luka Doncic, people, but Jalen Williams is an All NBA player.
Jada, yeah, bro.
He's a two-way. He's a great two-way player.
Yeah,
All-star, All NBA.
And they're just a wagon. So it doesn't matter what adjustments you make. Can you stop them? You know what they're going to do. You just can't stop them. And I think the market reflects it. They're 45-1 in the series price. You could get the Lakers at 16-1. They're by far the biggest favorite in these series in the semifinals. So a lot to do if you're the Lakers. As for the ice, kid, under cashes again in Carolina. They are actually the favorite now, the Carolina Hurricanes, to win.
170?
To win plus 170, yeah, with the Colorado Avalanche. And you know what it is? They just shut people down. They're not offensively a juggernaut like Colorado, but defensively, they just shut people down.
You look at it like we talked about the overs and more of the West. If you're not scoring goals, look at the game that happened on that Monday night, the later part of it. If the Ducks aren't scoring goals, they're not winning their games. The Carolina's not scoring goals. They can still win games because they're so defensively minded.
And it's not like the Ducks didn't get pucks to the net. Carter Hart caught a hot. He had 33 fucking saves on 33 saves. And
sometimes just like the three ball doesn't fall. Sometimes the puck doesn't go in the back of the net. And you're just not your shots on goal just don't amount to anything scored. So, yeah, that's the thing that the Hurricanes can rely on is just their defensive savviness and that they're tough. You know, I think for a long time the Canes have not had an enforcer or that type of physicality, but now in the forecheck, you're seeing they're bringing it every single game.
They're good, man.
Them sweeping the first round did them favors because they're rested, they're coached up. Right now, if you've backed the Hurricanes every single game since start of playoffs, you are 6-0. And let's see if they continue it into this next game.
Unders have been profitable as well. I think the unders are 5-1 in Carolina games. I think only one game's gone over. And you mentioned the under in the second game of Monday. Another West Coast matchup between the Wild and the Avalanche just hit the over. That game went over as well, 5-2.
Feeling bad for the Wild though. Your ticket, bro. Abs are
my ticket's done. 16-1.
And McKinnon. If you talk about matching up the teams on paper, that Nathan McKinnon stands out between Carolina, the two favorites between Carolina Hurricanes and the
Nathan McKinnon is the second best player in the league.
That's
in
what
my opinion.
I mean. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Outside of Connor McDavid and maybe Leon Draisaitl as well, Nathan McKinnon is just fucking a stud, and it's too much, especially on the road. Wild's a good team, but man, it's just so much firepower with this Colorado team, and they're good defensively, too. They have the best defensive player in the league in Cale Makar, who can also score. And then Quinn Hughes, Minnesota has the second best defender. So it's a really good series. I just think Minnesota just doesn't have enough offensively to compete with the Avalanche.
Come home, Quinn.
Exactly. So come on home. Real quick, before we get to our plays for tonight and tomorrow, hand up. Yeah, I was wrong. I said, you know what, Stephon Diggs, can't do the time, don't do the crime. But man, she made herself look like a fool up there, kid. He did beat the case relatively quick too.
Was she dancing or something like that?
She was dancing, saying she didn't get paid. There was wire receipts saying she did get paid. Listen, I'm all for women. She gave women a bad look, especially the chef community as well. So I'm all for private chefs and all, but shout out you. And honestly, we were talking earlier, she cost him a job. Because if this whole thing didn't come out, he'd probably still be employed with your New England Patriots. Now he's on the free agent.
Yeah, she could have cost the team a Super Bowl.
So shout out to your guy. He beat the case. I mean, he's crazy, but yeah, he beat the case.
Shout out Stephon Diggs, innocent to proven guilty.
We love America.
Yeah. It's a shame, we understand now what they say, it was a witch hunt or whatever. It was honestly some bullshit. So it's a shame that Stephon Diggs possibly lost his job with the New England Patriots because of it, possibly still a free agent because of it. So, and it's after draft, maybe a couple teams maybe not as interested as they were pre-draft. So now it's going to be interesting. What is the next move for Stephon Diggs? It just sucks that he had to go through this. So
Yeah.
Shout out him for being found innocent, but damage has been done.
Damage already has been tainted. Real quick though, I want to talk about. Just want to mention that the whole Rossini and Mike Vrabel's story keeps getting crazier every day. So
What else we got?
You're not gonna take no Mike Vrabel slander.
No. He's gonna keep his job. It's not illegal or against the rules to cheat. He's good. She on the other hand, she's cooked. But anyway, documentation has come out today, according to TMZ. They're crazy. How do they get all of this? But anyway, back in 2021, Rossini and Mike Vrabel, they rented a boat together while she was pregnant. They were the only two on the board for about 3 hours on the boat. Diana gave birth to a kid about a few weeks later, named it Mike, and now Diana Rossini's husband is trying to get paternity test for that kid.
Oh my God, that's just the fall.
That's wicked.
Let alone the personal, like their own like professional standpoint. The matter is the families that were affected from it.
100%.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna hold you, Mike Vrabel. If that's his kid, which I doubt.
You don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
Allegedly,
I can't guarantee. Allegedly, if it is. That's wild. I'm not gonna say it's wild, but
no, that's
not a good look.
That's
not a good look. Yeah.
It's one thing to cheat. Cool, you're a scumbag. You're.
Why she named him Michael? He gotta be Junior.
If he's actually his kid,
it's crazy.
Why would you name him Michael?
Does he owe her a bag?
No, she got a bag.
I mean, naming him Michael and you're married is
crazy.
Out the job, out the husband, and what is she gonna do now? That's my point.
Honestly, she's cooked.
If I'll be honest, if the kid is not his, I think that's a worse look. Because now you look
worse of a
kind of look psycho a little bit.
No, she is psycho. I mean, you're in love with the football coach. You have a kid. You're married, and you name him Michael.
It's it won't happen to me syndrome, like I'm in the NFL doing all this big time investigative reporting and all this stuff, and it won't happen to me. And then we're all human. It can happen to anybody.
But Joe, I think you hit the head. Honestly, I don't even feel bad for those two. Who I really feel bad for the other kids. And the other
husband,
wife,
the wife of Mike Vrabel.
Yes. Yeah, those are their lives are ruined as well. That's fucked up.
Yeah, because I think Mike Vrabel and his wife have been together since high school.
Yeah, they're high school sweethearts.
That's crazy.
Kids are probably grown, so they know what's up. I'm not sure how old their kids, but
it's a wicked world.
With the way with technology nowadays, I'm not.
Like you said, the country we love so much, innocent until proven guilty. We'll see what the fall.
Yeah, we'll see. Now they got. You know what they got to do? I don't know if it's still around, but remember growing up, they had Jerry Springer, R.I.P. and Maury.
Yeah. You can't have TV.
No, now it has to be on it. In the case of 14-year-old Mike Vrabel. You are not the five.
Bro's like 4 or 5. 2021. He's like 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Oh, yeah. You're right. He is like 4 or 5. Sorry, I said 14.
Damn, a whole decade. That would have been sicker.
That would have been even more sick. Oh, my God. Yeah. It's wicked. I saw that like 2 hours ago, and I was like my jaw dropped. Like, how did this shit keep going on? But anyway, I thought that would be entertaining, some content. But anyway, let's get into these games. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. No wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavored tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks to just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the Knicks and the 76ers. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with the Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, boys, real quick, anything for these two games that's about to kick off in about 30 minutes and the San Antonio? game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Tyrese Maxey. I called it before the Joel Embiid news. I got 24.5 over.
What's it
It's
at
at
now?
27.5. I would still take this over. Honestly, he has to be aggressive. He has to come out. He has to give you 30 plus tonight. If the 76ers have at least the mentality to go out there and steal game 2, Tyrese Maxey has to give you 30 plus tonight. So I'll still like his over 27.5. Love the 24.5 I got earlier.
Because I think it only gets juicy until he's like 35 plus, and that's like 340 or something like that. Plus 340.
Yeah. So
real quick, I got 2 props. We're gonna run it back until it fails. Over 13.5 points and rebounds and assists. Excuse me, rebounds and assists for Josh Hart. That's all he does. He gets 8 to 9 boards, gives you 5-6 assists, over 13.5. And I'm also gonna take Mikal Bridges over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The minutes are up. He's shooting better. This line closed at 16.5 game 1. He scored 17 points. So I think we could see another big game. He listened to Elvis. He heard the criticism. He's stepping up. Over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Thank you, E.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed that. And the Spurs game, what do you got?
Give me the plus 10.5. I'm not sure if Anthony Edwards is going to start tonight. I don't think they need him to just to cover the 10.5. I think they're going to even try to steal game 2. Let's see what Wendy does tonight. If they go down 0-2, I'm going to be honest, San Antonio's panicking.
It's a wrap.
I understand they're still favored to win the series. You cannot go down 0-2.
No.
Timberwolves, not for them, been there and done that. Anthony Edwards, not shy of the big moment. Rudy Gobert's playing good defense. Julius Randle give you 21 game 1. McDaniels proving he could step up, give you a 30 piece. What's bro's name? We always
Ayo.
He could get dropped down. I'm not sure if he's still hurt. Shannon Jr. could step up, give you a good game. So there's multiple people who give you a solid game, and Anthony Edwards on top. So Castle got to step up. De'Aaron Fox got to step up. We know what Wendy capable of doing. So if San Antonio they gotta take care of business tonight. I'm not gonna say it's a must win because I still think San Antonio is an elite team, but you cannot go down 0-2.
No, Ayo is playing because I took him over 10.5 points. The line is just incredibly low.
He's probably limited minutes. I'm gonna be honest.
He's scoring 14.
That's a name
he gives you 15 plus. Watch out.
De'Aaron Fox, has he been underwhelming? I feel like I haven't heard. He needed to step up.
He hasn't need to step up. That's the problem. They coasted to the first round.
But now they need him to.
Now they need him. You're paying him all this money. You traded for him in Sacramento. Time
Under
to
Armour sponsoring him. Curry shoes. He's got his own Foxes.
Joe, I forgot to ask you. You have anything for any of these games?
I hate to be on the opposite side of the late game, but not props. But I think it'll lay in the points tonight for both those games, bro. The Knicks and the Spurs. They got to get back to Spurs. Like you said, if they do lose tonight, I don't think there's coming back for them.
All right, Thursday we'll stay for game 2 here in Detroit. They're laying 3.5 here, minus 154 on the money line, plus 130 for the Cavs. Total is 215. Kid, can the Cavs tie it up?
I think so. Give me the plus 3.5 with Cavaliers here on the road. I think they make things interesting. I think they're gonna have some urgency there. I think Donovan Mitchell has a good game as well on the road. He needs to step up when he gives you 23 on game 1. I think he comes back, possibly gives you a 30 piece. So give me the plus 3.5 with Cleveland here on the road. It's going to be interesting to see. I understand Cade Cunningham is going to do what he does. Can the supporting cast step up as well? Can Tobias give you another 20 piece? We saw a 30 piece game 7, 20 piece game 1. Let's see what he can do in game 2.
Game 2, Joe. Anything?
I was going to say, it looks like I might be taking Cleveland on the money line. If he's going to take the points, I think that's always a sharper bet. Very smart with him in the points. But I'll give you a prop. It's probably going to go down to James Harden. What's his point total at? Because I was thinking over.
I could find it for you real quick.
To be honest, finish for him because he's been facilitating a lot. But if they need to rely on him, he might get hot from 3 tonight.
James Harden's point is 19.5. The under is favored at minus 130.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a chance and I'm gonna go over. Maybe we get a little bit of a classic James Harden performance.
All right, game 2 in OKC, laying 15 points. They just won by 18 in game 1, minus 900, plus 610 for the Lakers. Total is 209.5. announcement. No, I will not be betting the Lakers anymore. I had a good run in the first series. No more.
Not even taking a 15.5.
No, I think
I did.
I'm
God
hard
did.
pressed to believe. I wanted to bet Austin Reeves over just
And
because
look at
they need him.
Yeah.
They need him right now. And right now I see it at 18.5. Either I'm a fucking idiot or this guy doesn't show up. So I think Austin Reeves has to show up. A do or die. If he has 5 points, I'm a fucking idiot.
I got an under for you. Give me Bronny under.
Wow.
Go E.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm tempted to take the plus 15.5 again. Realistically, if I'm gonna give you a prop, give me Donovan Mitchell over 24.5 points for tomorrow night.
I don't even know if they have a prop for Bronny. That's how bad.
Yeah,
He just doesn't get burned. That's the problem. I know he got a couple minutes in game 1, but
And this round against the Thunder is not happy. He might get embarrassed on the floor.
if you do like props, go on over to Props.Cash. It is the best way to research all your player props. The boys and I have been using Props.Cash for a few years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with the code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now. Sign up with the monthly subscription DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Boys, let's hit the ice. We only got 2 games here tonight. Game 1 between the Canadiens and the Sabres. Joe, anything here for tonight?
Man, I think it's going to be a tight one. You know, Habs have always been a thorn in the side for a lot of Eastern Conference teams. If they get this game 1, I think it's going to give a lot of PTSD to those Buffalo Sabres fans, to be honest with you. I'm not going to pick a side because I really think this, if there's some money to be made on this game to go overtime, that's where I would probably take a bet and probably touch the side, touch the total, instead of the side. And I know 5.5 on the East hasn't been hitting, but I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over. Maybe we get the, 2-2 the third, and maybe we get a couple goals late. Like I said, if we go into overtime 3-3, we get to the over right there. So I'm just thinking that, it's not like the Hurricanes that I've been burned with taking the overs. So I'm thinking these two teams can score as closely contested as it is. I'm going to take a chance with the over 5.5 and not take a side.
I don't mind the over actually here. Yeah. I'm going to take the Habs though. Give me Montreal here plus 114 on the road. I think they're the better team. Offensively, I think they're better. I'm going to take Cole Caulfield to score a goal. I like Nick Suzuki as well to have an assist. I'm big on the Habs. I think they're going to win the series in 7. It's going to be a really good series if you like a series bet. But yeah, I'm all over them. For the late game, my boy, Katahat. Give me over 24.5 saves for Katahat. He had 33 on 34 shots game 1.
Modest. 24 in the hook's modest.
And I like Bobrovsky to score a goal or just a point as well at minus 125. A little chalky, but he had a goal in game 1. He's seeing the puck really well right now. I'll take Bobrovsky to score a goal.
It's tempting to try to play catch up, right? Be chasing that loss we suffered from taking the Ducks in game 1. So once again, I'm not touching a side because I do think the Golden Knights could win here on their home ice again in game 2. But I think as much as these teams have been scoring, I think the Ducks have fallen into a little bad spot after game 1. And if they can't score goals, I do think the Knights can win. And it could be an under. So like I said, Ducks scoring goals, man, I could lose this bet easily, but at 6.5, I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under goal 6.5.
All right, and let's go to there's only one game here for Thursday. It's game 3 between the Flyers and the Hurricanes. Going to Philly now. They're a dog at home, minus 162, plus 134 for the Flyers. Total is 5.5. What are we touching here?
Take the Carolina Hurricanes.
I'm going to take Carolina in regulation. No overtime, regulation at even money at plus 100. I like Carolina.
Yeah, because they could win 1-0 Like seriously, like playing the puck line, I think is a little dangerous here. They could win 2-1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And winning in regulation is a great bet.
I like the under 5.5 as well. I like the alternate under 4.5. Like,
Wow.
I think
They just don't let the goals score.
No, they just tighten everything up. They'll score a goal and then they'll just forecheck and dump the puck. They don't mind. They don't mind playing boring hockey.
What is it? Offense gets the girls, but defense wins you championships.
Exactly.
Wise words. Good job, Joe. Thank you. Let's get to the diamond, but before we do that, we are presented by Kalshi, real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in a ton of states, and once you trade $10, you get $10 with the promo code ROCK with 2Ks 24. That is Kalshi, promo code ROCK24. Boys, Framber Valdez suspended 6 days for throwing at Trevor Story, so he won't miss a start. He'll just get pushed back one day and won't miss a start. So he was intentionally throwing at him. I mean, that's just what it is.
What do you feel about pitchers? Their game suspension should be on pitching appearances.
So 30 days?
No, not 6. No. But like you get it. You can't start for two. Yeah, I guess it's hard in baseball.
It's harder in baseball.
So hard.
Yeah, he got a mini vacation. Can't be in a dugout for 6 days.
So he got a day off for beaming someone.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like intentional. It's like, oh, we're gonna give you a suspension. You're supposed to start in 6 games. You're gonna 5 games. You're supposed to start in a week. You're 6 games suspension. You know what I mean? It's like perfect. It always matches up for the baseball guys.
We did have some day Oh, and by the way, it just keeps getting worse for the Astros. Carlos Correa gone for the season. He has ankle surgery, so that is terrible as well. It just keeps getting worse for them. So got to feel for them. Matthew Boyd, he's gonna miss some time. He's having elbow surgery, and that's
the bug.
That sucks too for a Cubs team who are just a wagon right now. So they got to rely on the few good pitchers that they have. Thank God their offense is really good right now. But some tough blows here on a Wednesday here. But we got 10 games here for Thursday. Joe, I will start with you. We had some afternoon baseball as well. What do you like?
Yeah, man. You look at that afternoon game, the Rangers at the Yankees, man. Kind of hard spot to fade the Yankees. I'm going to have to go with the total again. I feel like I could probably cash some with all the totals I've been taking. So actually, I will take the over in this one. I know we might get some decent pitchers. Weathers, the thing about him is he's just so stubborn. Like he'll try to keep getting his way. And you see what happened with the Angels. 3 start off home runs back to back. So, it could happen. Mackenzie Gore, the lefty, maybe Judge Feastoff, the left-handed pitcher. So like I said, I'm not going to take a side because maybe it's just an off chance I going back to Yanks and the Rangers win this game. I'm going to take the total. I'm going to take overruns.
Yeah, you can't get in front of the Yankees train right now. They're just a wagon. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Mackenzie Gore, you got to fade him on the road. 5.79 ERA. Yankees have scored 46 runs in 5 days. They're just a wagon. Plus 114 for the run line. I'm going to take the Yankees here.
I'm going to go run score first inning, yes, or over half a run for either team.
Oh, like a Nerfy or a Yerfy. Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be Yerfy. Yeah.
E, what's your first play?
Yeah, I'll be honest. Ugly slate tomorrow, boys. Let's just be honest. Yeah. I honestly don't like the slate. Baltimore taking on Miami Marlins. You got Povich on the mound, taking my boy Myers. I'm gonna take a shot with Max Myers here. Give me Max Myers and the Marlins minus 113 on the money line. Shop around as well. If anything, wait till tomorrow if we could get a better number. It's the only game I honestly like. Don't get me wrong. I do lean Philly against the Athletics, but Athletics been playing solid ball.
Donnie baseball. They're 7-1 with the new manager.
Aren't they leading out west though? The A's.
They were. I'm not sure if they are anymore.
Yeah. Trivia question: how many teams in the American League are over 500, and can you name them?
Athletics, the Yankees,
1, 2.
In the West. Who's in the West?
If the A's are leading the West, that means that the Mariners are sub 500. The Astros are sub 500. How about AL team? The Guardians.
Tampa's playing good ball. Tampa Rays.
3.
Tampa Rays. Are the Guardians above 500?
What's your answer before you look it up, Joe?
I said them, and they're not.
No.
The AL East, the Blue Jays ain't, Baltimore ain't.
That might be it.
No, it's got to be more of the teams.
No, it's not looking like it.
The
Not
answer
Detroit.
is there's only 3 teams in the American League above 500: the Yankees, the Rays, and the Athletics. And if they lose tonight, recording this on a Wednesday, they will be 500.
Oh, I named all 3 teams. Shocker.
Wow.
No, shout out you.
It would only be the A's and the Yankees left.
And the Central's terrible. They're all under 500.
No, the Rays and the Yankees.
Rays and the Yankees.
Okay. If the A's lose tonight.
Yeah, so crazy. The first place A's, and they might still be in first place with a 500 record. But to your point, E, I do like the fish here as well. I think it's a good number. You got to keep backing the Rays. They're a wagon. They've won 10 in a row. They won again today, and they just do it with small ball. 3-0, 4-1, 4-2. The bullpen has been really good. I love the Rays, minus 102.
Your Red Sox are struggling to score runs just like our Mets, so probably under. I'll go back to a total and take under in that game.
Yeah, even I like Early. He's a good pitcher, but right now our bats just ain't showing up.
And
Rays, you can shop around. I see plus 100 out there as well.
He struggles though. I like Connor Early too, and I don't think it's anything against him. He just struggles at home. You gotta back Rockies here. Minus 140. The Mets should not be minus 144 against anyone
Ever again.
You got to back the Rockies here just on value. I like Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller's having a really good season.
Oh, revenge game for Quintana too. I mean, come on.
He just shut the Mets out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's obvious. Easy dog take.
Yeah.
Right?
And then another run line. I like the Cubs. I like I said, I just think they're a wagon. Getting plus 104 with Imanaga, who has just been he's been lighting it up for them.
About just best Japanese players. I think Chicago might have both of them, pitcher and everyday player.
Exactly. So yeah, I actually like the slate tomorrow. Or maybe that's just in me.
Murakami running away with it.
Running away. Okay. Yeah, did you hear that? Yeah. That was funny. They were like, what quote were your teammates surprised you knew? He goes, "Que lo que?" Yo, he seems like a good vibe in the locker room.
Yeah, he's definitely a cool dude. A cool dude. He was like, every time power.
I love that guy, bro.
What he'll bring to the Chicago White Sox? Power.
and boy, does he have it. Boy could rake. Hey, UFC 329 this weekend in Newark. Your boy, Waldo Cortez Acosta, your cousin.
My cousin. He ain't my cousin, by the way. For the
no, it's just a running joke.
He might be. It's possible.
He might be.
He might be. We do not know.
No, that's not a conversation for here. But my man got kicked out of the majors for throwing 90 in the dugout with his fist, and now he's in the cage.
Hey. Letting it out.
Right.
You're betting on him, right?
Of course. Been taking him ever since.
Honestly, the rise of him has been crazy
to watch. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be a champ.
I believe it. I can see it.
I didn't fight away.
I didn't take it. D's got the ticket.
I got the ticket for him to be a heavooeight champion at the end of the year.
He's got to win this fight.
If he wins this fight, he's fighting for the belt next.
Yeah,
I promise. I can't wait. 9-1, baby. Boys, thank you so much. We will see you guys on Friday before the fights. But until then, good luck on all your bets. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you guys then. Peace.